you all this afternoon. My name is Teresa Granger. I have been a public school music teacher in public school and private school for 35 years. I just retired from public school in 2017, but I couldn't totally give that up. I teach preschool 2 days a week, and so that keeps me busy. And then I coordinate the children's choirs at First Baptist Church in Athens, Georgia, and I've been doing children's choirs for 30-plus years. And then also I have written for Going in Grace and then clinician work for them. So I'm here today to just share with you some tips and maybe some tricks of the trade. There might be some things that you have not thought of before. There might be some things that you have done that maybe you forgot about doing. And it's just always good. I don't know about you, but it's always fun to learn something new or get maybe a different approach on how to do something that you already know to do. So today we're going to talk about, did it leave? Y'all, this has been a day with internet. I don't know if it's getting over. All right, anyway, but we're going to talk about some things that hopefully you can take back and use in your children's choirs this fall. So, first of all, before we get started, what are some big problems that you have? So just big problems or things that you would like to have maybe a trick for? Does anybody have an idea? Something that you thought of that you'd like to have a different way to do something? Or anybody?
Maybe transition.
Transitions, okay. Good point. Anybody?
I have some kids that come 10 or 15 minutes early and some that come 10, 15, 20 minutes late. Teresa. It's not like in school we had class and it started at a certain time and you didn't have this many minutes.
Do you feel like you start 15 times?
Right. Or do you wait to do it for more people come and then they don't?
Right. I know. Well, let's come back to that in just a minute. All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some tricks of the trade, what are tricks of the trade, and then we're going to go through some activities, and I'm going to give you a bag with some things in it to take back with you. So, first of all, think about those things that those people just mentioned, and then we'll come back to their ideas, but let's look at what's a bag of tricks for children's choir. A bag of tricks, tried and true songs, games, or activities that are successful, used as warm-up activities, energizers, or change of pace activities. And so, if you have a good bag of tricks, a good collection of songs that you know teach different musical concepts, then you might have some kids that are coming late. You can teach this warm-up song and say, notice that this has changing dynamics in it. Well, we're going to learn a piece of music later that has changing dynamics in it. So those kinds of things. So, if you have a warm-up that you think or a song that needs maybe a specific warm-up to help you introduce it, we're going to look at those kinds of things. So, warm-up songs. So we're going to start with warm-up songs, and I'm going to teach you a warm-up song. There's many versions of this song. I really do not know who originated it. I had a student that I worked with at the University of Georgia that had learned it in children's choir, but she didn't know who wrote it. And then last year, Growing in Grace picked it up and wrote their version of it, but there's 15 versions of it out there. So stand up. This gets kids immediately in their head. So sing after me. I sing and you do after me. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. Chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. Chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. And Oreo, and Oreo, a chocolate Oreo, a chocolate Oreo. I love the creamy middle, I love the creamy middle of a chocolate Oreo, of a chocolate Oreo. Sing after me, and I'm going to do longer parts. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. Chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum yum yum. Wait. An Oreo, a chocolate Oreo, an Oreo. in packs and had this and put a little bow in to talk about that. So anyway, let's do it one more time so you're really secure with it. Now, as I said, I'm going to give you the words at the end of this session, but they had some problems with copying. So if I don't have enough of the copies, I will email this to you, and I'll show you my email at the end. But I can give you a printed copy of the music, but it's, as I said, it's not original. It's not, I didn't originate it. The person that wrote it down, we all source unknown. So, okay. So, try it one more time so you feel really good about it. But you see how it gets you right up there? So that's perfect. And even adults could do this. You could do, if you're a minister of music, get your adult choir to sing this to kind of get them warmed up for you. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum, yum, yum. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum, yum, yum. And Oreo, a chocolate Oreo. I love the creamy middle of a chocolate Oreo. Now, if you wanted to do something to kind of get the kids even more into it, change the tempo and have them focus on the words, the diction of the words. So we're going to change tempos. So ready? And here we go. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum, yum, yum. Chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, chocolate cookie, yum, yum, yum. And Oreo, a chocolate Oreo. I love the creamy middle of a chocolate Oreo. All right, now, then, Scooby-Doo. How many of you know, anybody know what Scooby-Doo is? Okay. Scooby-Doo, okay. This one is really cool. And I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you several ways to do it. You can use a frisbee, or you can use a paper plate if you don't have a frisbee to teach it, and then you can, after the kids know it, then you can do different things with it. But you go Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. So Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Doo-Wah. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Doo-Wah. Go up a half step every time. So if you wanted to show them how it's ascending and descending, you use a frisbee or an inverted paper plate. So here we go. Here's the hand motion. So I start on C, and then we just go up a half step, and you can just see how far they go. Do hands like this. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Wah. Like you're pulling taffy. Ready? And sing again. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Wah. 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 Now, then, to make it even more interesting for kids, when you get to the do-wah part, make a pose. So, now, were we working on vowels with that? Scooby-Dooby. We're working on vowels. So when you get to the do-wah part, make a pose. So here we go. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Let's get it. Great. Next, we're all singing. 1, 2, ready, go. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Wah. 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 And then if you have these, and if you don't have these are some, I think they've got these as a free download on the Morgan Embrace site, so I'll find out for sure about that. But these are freeze guys, and you can freeze in different poses. This is really fun. So I'm going to give you a different pose, and if it's possible to do it, now if it's laying on the floor, you don't have to do that. Here we go. Ready? Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Doo-Wah. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Wah. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Wah. See? So that's really fun. Then, the frisbee throw. The frisbee throw is really cool because you just use the E vowel, so Z, those are just some things, some different warm-ups to kind of be your bag of tricks to work on to help with working on vowels. Now, ravioli and spaghetti. This is one that is such a really, 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 really cool song, and I'm going to pull this up for you. Let's see. All right. It times out. Now it's ready. Just listen. So what would be good for ravioli and spaghetti? You could make up the moves. My kids made up some moves for me. What do you think would be good for ravioli and spaghetti? What do you think?
Well, spaghetti.
Yeah. Okay. Ravioli and spaghetti. What about sauce? With sauce, okay. What about cheese? Cheese sprinkled? Okay. Okay, so let's try this. Ravioli and spaghetti with sauce and cheese. What can we do for sneeze without making a sound? Don't sneeze. And then what can we do for I chew? We could go. Right? Let's try that. Here we go. All right, ready? Especially kids like to do things fast and different speeds. All right, so warm-up songs. Singing games. Who in this group knows Bow Wow Wow? Okay. All right. If you don't know Bow Wow Wow, you need to know Bow Wow Wow. We're going to sing the song, and then I'll teach you the game. So here we go. I sing, you sing. Bow Wow Wow. Bow Wow Wow. Whose dog is that?
Whose dog is that?
Little Tommy Tucker's dog.
Little Tommy Tucker's dog.
Bow Wow Wow.
Bow Wow
And there
Wow.
are 19 different versions of that song too. I might be singing a different version than you, and if you find it written down, it might be different. The melody might be slightly different. The words might be different. Did you do this with your kids at school? A Bow Wow Wow? I did it as a circle game. Okay. So, yeah. So we did Bow Wow Wow, whose dog are thou? Then we did Little Tommy Tucker's dog. Then you jump. Bow Wow Wow. And you get a new partner. So, we're going to try that. Who's willing to come do that? It's not, if you can't jump on your knee or something like that, we need about 5 different partner groups. We have 5 different partner groups real quick.
Is that 10 total?
Yeah. So let's make a circle. You put your back.
You know, you can do a circle.
Do a circle first. Yeah.
Your face, you can face the middle.
Yeah. Let's start facing the middle.
Like this.
Then turn the partner.
So that you have.
Okay. So here we go. We need.
We need the
Okay. go. So now turn and face the partner. Turn and face the partner. All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to sing. Here we go. Bow, wow, wow, together. Who's taller now? Then you're switching places. Little Tommy Tucker's darling, stop. And then you're jumping. Watch her jump. Bow, wow, wow. So you get a new partner. See how that works? Yes. All right, do it one more time. The reason I want you to watch hers so that you didn't. All right, that's okay. All right, ready? One more time. Sing the whole song. 1, 2, here we go. Bow, wow, wow. Who's taller now? Switch places. Little Tommy Tucker's dog. Bow, wow, wow. Yeah.
And the kids are always surprised at their new partner.
And they're surprised at the fact that they get a new partner, and they just die laughing. It's hilarious. That's a common response. And even though that they know that the other kids in their choir or their class, they think, oh, you're in here? You're now a partner. 1, 2, one more time. Here we go. Bow, wow, wow. Who's taller now? Little Tommy Tucker's dog. Bow, wow, wow. And then you just keep going, and they love it. They love it, laugh it. Now, another one with the dog. Sit down, crisscross applesauce if you can. Sit crisscross. And I need someone to be my dog. Doggy, doggy, where's your bone? Who in here is not going to do that? Is everybody familiar with that? Okay, well, this is a singing game to help you figure out who in your choir can sing on pitch, or who in your choir knows what a singing voice is as opposed to a speaking voice, or what else. So you have a dog. Now, you can print a bone off the internet. You can go to Google Image and just find a bone and print it. You can go use a doggy treat bone, whatever. But you can blindfold this person. This person's a dog in a dog nest. Yeah, and she's just going to pretend like she's not looking, and the bone is in front of her. And so, you sing this little song, and I'll teach it to you, and you'll all learn it, and then we'll play the game. So, I sing, you sing. Doggy, doggy, where's your bone?
Doggy, doggy, where's your bone?
Someone stole it from my home.
Someone stole it from my home.
Who stole my bone?
Who stole my bone?
I stole your bone.
I stole your bone.
Now, when you play it in the group, what you do is, she's not looking, then the teacher finds someone to take the bone while she's not looking and put it behind them. And then when she wakes up, doggy, doggy, where's your bone? Someone stole it from your home. She wakes up after home.
Who stole my bone?
And then she tries to guess. And if she can't guess, then the person that has the bone sings, I stole your bone, and produces the bone. Okay? So it's a little singing game. And if they answer back and say, I stole your bone, then you know that they might not know that singing voice. And if you do it many times, and you've done an emphasis on teaching the kids and about the different voices, shout, sing, speak, whisper, and all that, singing, then they'll eventually say, I might need to listen and see if I'm using my singing voice. So I'm going to use still it, okay? So here we go. All right, sing with me. Doggy, doggy, where's your bone? Someone stole it from my home. Who stole my bone? Time out. She's supposed to get it. Oh, sorry. Start again. Here we go. Doggy, doggy, where's your bone? Someone stole it from my home. Open her eyes. Stole my bone. Do you know who stole it? Let her guess a couple times. Who stole it?
I stole your bone.
All right, let's do it one more time. And let's have someone not use a singing voice. Just use it. Okay, here we go. Now, all right, here we go. Doggy, doggy, where's your bone? Someone stole it from my home. I stole my home. Guess.
Timothy. Michelle? No. Joseph?
I stole your bone.
And that's
That was too
typical.
good.
That's probably going to happen. But then the teacher would say, or the choir leader would say, let's listen again. Let's see if we can help. Let's see, was that lower than our singing voice? Let's see if we can work on that. And then have everybody sing it with them. I stole your bone. Non-threatening, but just allowing for help there. And just do it several times. And the kids want to do it till everybody has a turn. But if you do it sometimes till everybody has a turn, then you'll be doing it for weeks and weeks and weeks. But anyway, that's just a fun one. Now stay right there. Another singing game. Finding Dory was a movie. So I bought a Dory. And so I used Dory to do a singing game with. And we use Where is Dory to the tune of Where is Something. So here we go. Where is Dory? So come sit in the circle. So we're going to pass Dory around. And when we get to the part, where is Dory? Where is Dory? Who has when it gets to the words, here I am, you hold it up and you sing. Okay, by yourself. So you're going to pass. Where is Dory? Where is Dory?
Here I am. Here I am.
Then keep going, passing. Dory is singing. Dory is singing in our choir. In our choir. All right, now, yeah. Our class. You know, I used it both ways, being a school teacher as well as a choir leader. Let's do it again. Here we go. Where is Dory? Where is Dory?
Here I am. Here I am.
Dory is singing. Dory is singing in our choir. In our choir. Now, I've got these words written down for you, so you don't have to write them down. But I just wanted to tell you about that. So, if you wanted to I have a Kermit, a little Kermit. I asked them, where is Kermit? They love it. Where is Mickey? You know, anything that you want to do to kind of get them to use their singing voice and work on that independent singing. Toys and props are key. Kids love them. So anytime you can pull out a toy or a prop, that's helpful. Now, if you've got a new choir year going on and you don't know all the kids in your choir, say you're a new choir director for that age group, or a new minister of music in the church, or there's so many of them you don't know all their names. You could put all the kids' choir names in like a mason jar or like a can using popsicle sticks. Pull out a kid's name and you can sing, where is my friend, where is my friend? And you could tell that child that they're going to be the person that's going to be singing by themselves. And say, Timothy. And you go, here I am, here I am. Timothy is singing in our choir. Okay, so that's just a variation on that, just to kind of get you to get to know the kids. All right, come back. Now, if you have not done this, as a public school music teacher, as a choir director, this is just a must. How many of you know the quality room? Everybody know this one? Okay, if you don't know, you need to know this one too. So here we go. And you've got the words in your packet. So I'll sing, you sing after me. Willy Wally Woo.
Willy Wally Woo.
An elephant sat on you.
An
I'll be Wham. Oh, wait.
Warwick.
Where? And then I'm going to say, I was thinking about Sam because we had Sam earlier. But you know, I cannot tell you that is a good, like, it's a good warm-up. It's a good get acquainted. It's a good change of pace. And they'll dial up, and you can't not do everybody's name. Because all of you wanted to hear how you're sounding. You did. You wanted to hear how it sounded, and not only did you want to hear how it sounded, you wanted to hear how silly it could be. And then, like, some of the kids, like, they just fall out laughing. But the last name, say the child has a real name that starts with a W, like William. Okay, what I do is I do their last name. And if it's a W, then we let them pick a name. But anyway, that's just a really fun. So those are some singing games that kind of help make the choir time fun and just really, really, really neat. Change of pace songs. Now, say you've been working really hard on an anthem, and you feel like you're losing them a little bit, then it's good to have a lot of songs that you can use as change of pace. Now, Willoughby Wobbly Woo can cross over and be used in lots of ways, but I just wanted to teach you about some of these. And I'm going to tell you, when I show you these, there's multiple versions of some of these songs, because depending on where you live in the country of the United States and you teach or you sing, there could be umpteen versions of the same song. But we're going to go first to Under the Spreading Chestnut Tree. Now, if you're really wanting kids to focus on their developing their inner hearing, Under the Spreading Chestnut Tree is really good because you sing the song and then you sing the song and you leave out words. Now, this song has many, many, many versions. When I started playing for this workshop, I tried to find the version that I grew up learning as a child in music form, written down, and I couldn't find it that way. And then I thought, well, I think it might be in an old book that was published by Lifeway. Then I couldn't find that. So anyway, I'm just going to show you what I know. So stand up. Here we go. So, put your hands like this when you motion, and we'll sing it, and then we'll sing it in our words. Under the spreading chestnut tree. Under the spreading chestnut tree. With my doggie on my knee, oh, how happy I would be. Under the spreading chestnut tree. And you probably already figured out as a musician there's form in there, because you got three lines that are three parts that are exactly the same, and then one part that's different. So that this little song will be used to help with form. But anyway, I'm going to sing it, and then when you feel comfortable, you sing it. Under the spreading chestnut tree, under the spreading chestnut tree, with my doggie on my knee, oh how happy I will be. Under the spreading chestnut tree. I sing the whole thing one more time. I feel for how it goes. Under the spreading chestnut tree, under the spreading chestnut tree, with my doggie on my knee, oh how happy I will be. Under the spreading chestnut tree. We're going to leave out words. So the first thing we're going to leave out is under. So we're not always going to leave out one word. Sometimes it's just a part of the phrase. So here we go. Watch. The spreading chestnut tree. The spreading chestnut tree. With my doggie on my knee, oh how happy I will be. The spreading chestnut tree. Now under the spread. Chestnut tree. Chestnut tree. With my doggie on my knee, oh how happy I will be. Chestnut tree. Chest. Nut tree. Nut Tree. Tree. With my doggy on my knee, oh how happy I will be. Tree. Then we got tree. With my doggy on my knee, oh how happy I will be. Now, you see how funny that can be. And they get tickled, especially when they get to the part where the nut is, and they get tickled, they're just always falling flat about that one. All right, now, who in here do you all know the Pizza Hut and Star Wars song? Oh, you know that? Yeah? Do you know that one? Yeah. Do you know the Star Wars version? Well, since we all have little boys and little girls that love Star Wars, we have to know the Star Wars version. All right, these words are to the tune of Ram Sam Sam. Ram Sam Sam. With a slight variation. So here we go. A Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. A Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. And when I'm teaching the kids tempo words, we do it different speeds. We do it Largo, then we do it Presto. So here we go, Presto. A Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. That's Star Wars version. Here we go. A Jabba the Hutt, Luke Skywalker, and a Jabba the Hutt. A Jabba the Hutt, Luke Skywalker, and a Jabba the Hutt. Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. Now, I know that's from the secular world. However, our children come to us from the secular world. We have to teach them to appreciate their faith and learn about God through music, but sometimes we have to cross into their world to keep their attention on all kinds of things. And so sometimes, say, if they're getting a little antsy on working on this really hard anthem, and you know that you got to get some wrinkles out, doing some activity like this and then going back to the music might be what you need. So, here we go. Let's sing a Jabba. A Jabba the Hutt, Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. A Jabba the Hutt, Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. Presto. A Jabba the Hutt, Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt, Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker and a Jabba the Hutt. I wish you could see your face. So anyway, that just fun things like that, and just really kind of cool things that you can do with your kids, and then they go. Then their mom comes and says, "Did y'all do a Star Wars song in choir?" "Yeah, we did." And they said, "Well, they just talk about that all night." So anyway, all right, now ham and eggs. Ham and eggs. I have a really good friend that has the music written down to this, and she was out of town. I was trying to get this, but this is again one of those unknown like camp songs that has been around for ages, and there's 19 versions of it. So if you do a search, so I've given you a list here of some of these things. If you do a search, you can find that there's many versions of it. The melodies are different, sometimes the form's a little bit different, but I'm just showing you the basic one that I know. Does anybody in this room know ham and eggs? Ham and eggs. Okay. All right, I'm glad you do. So we talk about some music. So sit down for just a minute. So, our melody is slightly different. So you hear, we go singing ham time that you can get up and down. That's kind of like when you sing My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean and you sing on all the B words. That's kind of like that kind of idea. And so, as I said, it's bringing back something that you might have heard or known before, but using it in a different way. And that's just a really fun kind of thing to kind of, if they're getting a little bit like they're going to sleep on you, then do some of these kind of activities, change your pace songs, and then go back to the hard stuff. I don't know about y'all, but this past March, there was one time in Georgia that we had 3 solid weeks of rain. And so the kids weren't going outside. So that on Wednesday night, when they got to us, it was like, we're done. You got to do something to keep us moving and grooving, or you're going to lose us for sure. So some of these kinds of songs will help with that. All right, Flee Fly Mosquito. Anybody know that? Okay. And there's Flee Fly Flow. There's so many versions of that. Did you have a melody version of Human Eggs that you know? You do?
You mean like written on something?
Okay. Well, as I said, my friend that thought she did, she's out of town. I couldn't get it. But anyway, a Flee Fly Mosquito. This is a fun song to teach dynamics. So, what I do when I'm teaching dynamics, and especially crescendo and decrescendo, I use the bug spray idea. So would you do this? And I pull my trusty slinky. This is the bug spray, not spray it. As it sprays, it's going to crescendo and get louder. So spray your bug spray. Start really like 2 feet. Then decrescendo. And a slinky is good for teaching crescendo and decrescendo. Also, something new that I learned in this, I did not come up with myself. You know when you go to a ball game and you use those shaker pom-poms? Shake those to the dynamic level. Starting soft. That's another thing that I learned from somebody else. All right, so Flee Fly Mosquito. Also allowing children to use different kinds of voices. So get your hands ready. I'm going to have clap going. And I'm going to say some words, and I'm going to change my voice. And if I change my voice, you change yours too. Flee. Flee. Fly.
Fly.
Flee Fly Mosquito.
Flee Fly Mosquito.
And what I do too is I have like a big crescendo sign on my board, and we follow that with bug spray. A crescendo and a decrescendo, so that's just another way. And there's the growing grace posters like they've got, but then you can say, I want the bug spray just to be 2 feet. Just let them all spray that. Let them all spray 2F, and things like that. So anyway, just different things like that. So those are some different change of pace songs. And if you, I don't know what I've done. What you're singing. Choose the next. If you have not seen putting together some different ideas about that. And so I'm going to pass some stickers around, and I want you to get two that you like. And if there's not enough, get two. And I'll tell you what to do in just a minute. Get two stickers. They can be however you want them. It's up to your choice. And I didn't know if I'd have enough. Here's some green ones. All right, now, when you're getting kids to remember how to stand, when you're working on preparing for singing and worship and performance, and working on those super singing skills, those championship singing skills over there. Sometimes it's hard to get those little hands to want to stay where they want to be. So, when you say you would do this every week, this would get old. But say it's getting time to sing in church for the first time in the fall. And they're having a really hard time, especially remembering where and how their hands need to be. Then you give them two stickers, and you have them to put them like where their hands should be. So they take one and put one here, and then they take one and put one here. And then they stand, and they remind them that their hands need to be where the stickers are, so they won't fall off. And that's just an idea, because rather than saying, would you keep your hands out of your hair? Would you stop running your bow? Would you stop, just a gentle reminder. And then, so when you get ready to go practice in the sanctuary to sing, you may not take those with you. You would just have the mental image that where were those stickers? Look at those hands and fingers were those.
Some children you might let take you.
What?
The little spirited children, you might let them have that.
That's true. Yeah, exactly, and that's true. That's true. But anyway, yes,
I gotta find a seam in their clothes.
that's a great
But a
idea.
lot of them will have the knitted stuff without it, but now I'm teaching you what a seam is, and then you can play with it with one of your fingers. like
Exactly,
that.
just rub it.
And it keeps them busy.
So you can just put that on your handout to help you remember that. But I just thought I would share that with you. Now, another thing back with warm-ups that I wanted to give you, and probably a lot of you have done this before, but if you haven't, this is a fun thing to do. So take a pipe cleaner. All right, the pipe cleaner is, you can use this to help them make a vocalese for their voice. So you can let them make a shape with the pipe cleaner. For example, let me have one on the back. So, thank you. Give him back one too. So you say, take your pipe cleaner and form it in a shape. But, alright, so however they make it, you can kind of give them an idea, but like if they want to make it spiraling, however they want to do it, it's fine. But follow, like on the loop, follow mine. So start low, and then follow my finger. You see? To work on warming up, and then what would happen is you come up. Yes, Judy, right? Judy. So Judy and I can do ours together. Let's see. Claudette, come get on the other side of Judy. And then come be on the other side of me. All right, follow Claudette's finger. You can kids come down and hold theirs and let the choir follow theirs. So, ready? the different registers of their voice. So have them all make it. And if you've got a choir of 50, you're not going to be able to do everybody that night. But let them save them. Like get a Ziploc bag, find a place to save it, put a piece of tape on their shape, and then do some different ones each week. And there again, ownership, and everybody get to be a part of that and let them lead it. You can do some with you leading, and then some with letting them go. So it's just a way to keep that. Now, consonants. Singing consonants. All right. This is your consonant catcher. And I did not make one of these for all of you, but I know you can find a toilet paper roll. And I know that you can either save toilet paper rolls for your kids, or either you could let them bring one from home, but you can decorate with the fun, cool duct tape. And then if you don't want to use the duct tape, you could just use markers and do it. But say you're working on a song that ends with a T, and you really want those really nice, clear T sounds with those D sounds. Then you make the consonant catcher for everybody, and then you would work on just doing like, do a duh sound in the rhythm ta ta ti ti ta. Ready, go. Da, 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 da. Do a T sound. Ready? Do a ch sound. And then you put the consonant catcher up here and then say, make sure that sound goes straight through that hole. And so ready, and do the ch. 1, 2, ready, and you make a circle with your hand. Ready, go. Do a t sound. Do a duh sound. And if you don't want to use the consonant catcher, you can just do the hand motion. But that's just another way to focus. We've talked about ways to use vowels. We've talked about now ways to use consonants and help them keep a focus on that. And we've talked about some props. All right, the movement activities. All right, how many of you have actually developed with your kids a list of movement vocabulary so that they know what you mean when you say certain things? Like, for example, we all know what march means, we all know what walk means, but have you ever thought about teaching your kids a vocabulary of movement so that they know exactly what you're doing when you put on a piece of music? Well, if you've not, now's the time to think about that. But I've got a list in your packets that you're going to get to take home with you of words like melt. So stand up for just a minute. Show me what it would look like if you melted without really touching the floor. Show me melt. Okay. Show me sway. Show me swim. Show me reach. Show me bounce. Show me twist. Show me freeze. In place. Show me what it would look like to fly in place. Okay, now I'm going to, and people that teach middle school know about this, but I use it in choir too. And it's called a movement board wall. So you can take like poster cards and put all these different movement boards on them, and then say you put on a piece of music, and then you start moving that way. And so if they've already been taught, this is what I do when I bounce, this is what I do when I fly, this is what I do when I creep, this is what I do when I skate, then they know that. So, how many of you use paper plates in children's choir to dance with? Paper plates are a good thing. And I was showing earlier, we're going to do some movement in this and this. Paper plates and then plastic plates are really good to teach form. Here's the square ones with the B and the A, the round ones, and these don't tear up so easily. So just know that. But like you can teach the kids like with 2 paper plates, you know, the gator bite or whatever. And then just different kind of movements and dance with them. So there's not you don't have to use always a certain kind of music to fill the steady beat with, because there's all kinds of music out there that you can do these plate activities or plate routines or movement workflow routines with. But there is a great CD, and I think they probably have it out there. It's by Pamela Andrews called Hymns Rock. And Hymns Rock. And it's compiled by Pamela Andrews, and it's got hymns in different styles. And I brought the CD, I just got to find one. If I don't find it, but if you looked online, Pamela Andrews, you would find it. And it's a really cool, and so the pieces of music, it's hymn medleys, and they're written in different styles. So you could do steady beat movements with that, movement wall with that. But right now, I'm going to have you just do some movement words with me, and we're going to take just a piece of fun music. Just fun music. March. Medley arrangements of hymns, and it's great to do steady beat activities with it. Then, syncopated clock. Syncopated clock is a piece that's been around for a long time by Leroy Anderson. Are you familiar with that piece? Leroy Anderson wrote this piece, and if you know anything about Leroy Anderson, sit down for just a minute. Leroy Anderson was a famous American composer, but not only was he a famous American composer, he liked to write music about things. Thus, he wrote a whole orchestra piece called The Typewriter, and used a real typewriter in the piece. Somebody out playing the typewriter. He's the writer of Sleigh Ride, so he wrote about things a lot. His piece of music, the syncopated clock, is really good because it gives you a chance to let kids feel staccato versus legato. And Artie Almeida did a really cool activity related to helping kids with that. So if you have any of her books, this one, Parachute Ribbons and Scars is a great book, and she wrote some activities with some different movement things that are just very tried and true and very cool for you to do and enjoy with your kids. I need somebody to tell me where we are on time right now.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go through as much as I can. And then management tricks. All right, management tricks. Performance points, secret chair, and resting position. These are things that I use with my children. Performance points. I do not use this all the time. This would be used when we're getting ready to sing in church, or getting ready for something very serious, and I really have to make sure that they're totally focused. So this would be like maybe the week before we're going to sing on Sunday in church, when we go through our anthem before we go practice in the sanctuary. I will put on the whiteboard Granger versus choir. I would put 100 points workers would be working, watching the kids as they were singing the anthem. If they were watching me, if they had their eyes on me, if they had that good posture, if they were using super singing skills. If they were, then they keep all 100 points. If they are not, then she takes off some points and gives them to me on my card. And you think that's so simple, but it makes me focused. So that's something that I do. Another thing, secret chair, and I don't do this all the time either, just periodically. I have, I'll say, we're really working on something serious tonight, and I've got to really make sure everybody's focused. And so I'll say, there's a secret chair tonight. That means that one of you in the choir is the secret chair. And I will tell ahead of time my choir worker who that secret chair is. And we'll be watching to see if they're using their good singing voice, if they're following their music, if they're using their super singing skills, if they're using good posture when they're singing. And at the end of choir, we'll let the kids guess who secret chair is. If they can't guess, then we'll describe that person and let them figure out what it is. But that's just another little management tool to help with the way the choir time goes. When I give out instruments, I ask my children to put them in resting position. And that means that I don't want to hear them until it's time for us to do the activity, because, and it's not that you're trying, I just say we're resting the sticks, they're on our shoulders. We're resting our tambourines. We're resting whatever, boom whackers. Because if you're by yourself or if you have limited choir workers and you need to know quickly who has something, if everybody's playing, you've got chaos and you can't tell. And so I explain to the children, I say there's a reason why we're doing this. And so if you explain that, then that works usually very well. In public school, I did that too. I said our instruments are resting, they're in resting position. So those are just some management tricks. Thank you for being here today. And did anybody have any ideas to help her to that had some questions about some things? Did I?
Well, anything.
I do all these things all the time. Yeah, it is.